Stage 5, your matchup today, Vixen versus High Rollers. I am back after a long hiatus with my main man, CTH.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back.
So good. So good. It has been a while. Me and Glitch have been doing a lot of matches together, but I am very happy to be back with my dynamic duo, CTH. Now, we have a pretty good matchup coming in today with Vixen and High Rollers. Now, I'm not sure if you have seen the High Rollers play before, but I am expecting some ball today. And it's not a usual thing, but they perform it very, very well.
I'm excited to see the ball being pulled off. I've only gotten to see Vixen play, I think, very early in the Swiss stage. But High Rollers, I mean, with a logo like that, I expect some amazing ball strategies coming out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I have had the pleasure of seeing both of these teams play, and I can tell you right now that both of these teams are ready to do battle. Vixen coming in a little bit overwhelmed with High Rollers. High Rollers have been rolling the competition, but they're hoping to give them a run for their money. High Rollers is not afraid to change up their tactics. As much as they love the ball, they are absolutely deadly on basically any other comp. So we will definitely be looking forward to that. Paka, just the absolute monster on the ball. Now, I will say, one of my favorite players on Vixen, Espeon, back in the lineup today, so I'm very excited to see them play, see what they're able to do, and we should have a pretty good tank battle going on today, as we will be heading into our first map, which is Suravasa. Now, as we have said, we're doing Flashpoint first, and then Push, and then, if need be, map 3 will be Control. So, very interested to see the comps here as we get a little sneak peek, as my suspicions were confirmed as we saw a little hint of ball from Paka.
We'll see. I mean, we've been tricked by these initial sightings before, but I think, considering the two teams today, the ball pick is almost certain.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting, because if Espeon stays on that Orisa comp can be pretty self-sustaining, so you have to think the poke might not even matter from the ball. Interesting pick with the Torb from DCZ. I wonder if that will stick. And then you have a classic Orisa comp on the left on the side of the Vixen, W Drago on the Genji, and Shinigami on the Soldier. Two very classic combinations, and we are going with a Babylari on the side of Vixen and a Lari Lucio from High Rollers.
I'm definitely a big fan of the Lucio here. Speed is everything in Flashpoint. Having that speed to get you to points faster, get you in and out of team fights faster, always a big advantage.
Absolutely. Now, like I said, this is a very fast-paced map style, so that Lucio definitely does come in handy.
Now, see both teams starting to poke at each other a little bit. Paka already on a little bit of a flank with this ball. See, Scrublord might have a little bit of an issue with the ball in the back line. The boot forward. The slam won't find anybody, but deployables already being deployed and taken out from both sides. A turret for one and a pylon for the other. Maybe a little bit of a pylon advantage for the side of the High Rollers, but not too much, as it looks like Vixen will be the first ones to take the cap, and first cap on Flashpoint. Always an amazing thing to have with how fast the cap goes. Turret being taken down once again. Shinigami is on top of it. This turret's getting no value today.
Yeah, and it's really nice here because Vixen has really set themselves up, and High Rollers has to get in, but with the Torbjorn just sitting back and not really getting any value out of the turret, it's really hard for them to do so. Oh, and we do see DCZ take out Weo though.
Big shot coming in from Brishy as a follow-up, take out the Soldier, and now Squishies are going down for Vixen. High Rollers looking like a good opportunity to take the point here, but the percentage is taking up quite quickly. One more team fight. If Vixen can win a team fight and cap the point, that could still be first point for them.
Absolutely. I mean, 68% is nothing to shake a stick at, and with you coming back fairly fast, you're gonna think they're gonna take this fight at around 20-30%. So hopefully they can get a quick turnaround, and yeah, like you said, that could be last fight territory. Maybe just a last touch from Wild Wolf on that Lucio, but if they're able to take fast here, they put themselves in a good position to cap this first point.
See Paka kind of lurking here in the back on the ball. He's got to do something quickly before his team gets overwhelmed. The Molten Core coming out to make sure the push doesn't go too quickly, and that ball is getting all this time he needs to make moves on the backline. However, the window from Scrublord keeps the rest of High Rollers off the point, and Cap will go over with no contesting over to Vixen. Now the big slam coming. Wheel will go down. Deployables are down. Window and pylon, or sorry, lamp and pylon. Still, Visor being committed from Shinigami will be shut down by Richie. Drago in the backline. Now starting to find a lot of value on this Genji, but the Torbjorn makes it so hard, and Paka able to clean him up. Scrublord gets taken out by Richie, and Espeon, no one to back them up, will fall. And High Rollers get control back of the point after a really shaky, I feel like, first half.
Absolutely. I mean, and you think now they're at 99%, and Vixen will have a touch here. However, they're going to be fighting into 3 ults. They do have 3 ults of their own, but they're going to need to be able to use them correctly if they want to take this first point, as that percentage ticks up to 90%. They're going to have to touch soon here.
Might be up to Wild Wolf. We might have to see a beat engage and a beat touch here. Espeon should have no problem getting on this point. And now Captive Sun from both sides. Let's see who's bigger. Espeon eats the Captive Sun from Necroblade, and Weo finds all that Vixen need. Paka's still in the backline, making some plays onto the backline of Vixen, and now it's just Espeon and WD Drago. Somehow the High Rollers have turned this around. Necroblade's still alive, keeping their team alive, and Espeon, no healers to back them up. The Drago, no healing available for this Genji or the Orisa, and first point will go over to that High Rollers.
I mean, yeah, first point will go over to the High Rollers, but not without some pushback from Vixen. I mean, really nice plays there. It kind of just came down to the picks hurting Vixen there. I mean, you saw Espeon able to eat the Sunshot from Necroblade, and that was huge because that is a very, very impactful ultimate, especially when you combo it with something, say, like the Mayans or like a Sojourn ult, because you're able to get them down so low and then you just finish them off and kill them. But and they were just able to eat that up, and they did flip the point back, but in the end, the picks just really came in and they were able to clean up quite nicely.
Now High Rollers sitting quite pretty. Even the ult, I'm not gonna say ult disparity, but the ult advantage very clearly in High Rollers' favor. Mines coming out in the back line of Vixen, and an overclock to follow up. First cap goes over to the High Rollers. Espeon getting real close to that ledge there, making me a little bit nervous, but it won't matter. Paka cuts them down. Drago coming in with the blade. We'll find 2, but the rest of the Vixens have already fallen. We'll find 3 with this blade. Drago is not ready to let this point go yet. 4 is coming out. It's Drago and Shinigami.
Wow.
That was practically a 2v5 for all.
It was.
All things considered.
Yeah, the 2v5 from the DPS on Vixen, very impressive stuff there. W Drago picking up 2 and Shinigami, or sorry, W Drago picking up 3 actually, and Shinigami picking up 2. I really don't know what happened there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He was able to find the fix, and by the time the High Rollers realized what happened, Drago was already all over the backline. Now the beat re-engage from Wild Wolf will buy a lot of time and a lot of space. Now Visor coming in from Shinigami. Now that the beat is gone, there's nothing to save the backline of High Rollers. The Visor will find 2, but trades are still coming back out for High Rollers, but looks like Vixen's still able to take the advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, a very smart play there by Shinigami, just knowing that that beat is out and over and completely flanking the backline. It was just really impressive, honestly. I love to see that that ingenuity and recognizing what's been used. Now we'll see Paka come in here and the Sunshot come out from Necroblade. Ults being popped left and right.
Espeon eating the Captive Sun again. Now a counter Captive Sun coming in from Wheel. We'll connect onto 2 members of the High Rollers with no damage available to really proc it. Now just 2 available. Now Drago, he has the pylon. We've seen him do things like this before, but the Wrecking Ball is just too tanky for even the Genji. Not entirely lost fight though, as
Absolutely, yeah, W Drago gets out with their life, so they'll be able to have a quick recontest as the rest of the team is joining back as we speak. So we'll see what they're able to do here. Wild Wolf going for a taxi for Britchie, but now they're going to hope to take this fight early on the side of Vixen.
Now another blade coming up from Drago. This minefield could potentially pose some problems. Nope, looks like the backline of Vixen was able to stay safely. most of the mines ended up on the lower stairs, and Shinigami now going over to the Sojourn. I fear what he can do with a character as powerful as Sojourn, but Richie, popping the overclock, looking to make a name of their own. Espeon will go down to the overwhelming damage, and 2 more coming out for Richie. WD Drago going for the clutch blade again. We'll find one with a boop from Necroblade. Just puts him too far away to really find any value. Now it's just him and Scrubwood on the Baptiste. Now just Drago and High Rollers claw it back from the brink, and point 2 will go to them.
Yeah, once again, a 99-99 point. It just shows how evenly matched these teams are. Just that little bit of technical expertise can really make all the difference, as we might see an early fight here as we move on to point 3, as these teams are fairly close together. Paka going around this left side, trying to get to the point first for his team and set up early, but it looks like Vixen will actually take control of the point first, as long as High Rollers don't take the early fight and beat them.
Vixen, the point being in a perfect spot for them to just fall back and be able to group up on it. A little bit scary there. Scrublord and I believe Drago were coming back from spawn. Paka might have been able to make a play there, but fortunately he was not aware. And they will all make it to point safely. And now a little bit of a contest coming out. A bit of a stronger contest initially from High Rollers. Uh-oh. Paka's gone off the edge.
Unfortunate there for High Rollers, as this gives Vixen the perfect opportunity to go in, cap point, and take this fight fairly early and get a really good amount of percentage, as they're going to be able to stagger DC, it looks like.
And that's such a brutal thing for Flashpoint. You want to be able to get in, get out, die as a team, and then be able to have a full 5 for a recontest. And that's going to be really, really brutal for your percentage. High Rollers might only have 1 chance to fight as 5 to contest this point. Paka coming in the back line here, maybe looking to pressure point a little bit. Shinigami kind of in his sights, big slam potentially coming out. Minefield comes out. Window, Captive Suns from both sides. This time the Captive Sun, Necroblade does not get it eaten. A couple of procs from both Captive Suns. Wheel will pick up the kill onto Wild Wolf. DCZ will go down, and Vixen's sitting very, very nicely here. Espeon picks up 2 more.
Absolutely.
Paka trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, Paka trying to be sneaky. Does not work out. W Drago is all on top of that as they are entering last fight territory, as Vixen climbs up to over 80% now. And, you know, High Rollers is either going to have to one-touch roll this or try and recontest as a team, but it looks like Paka's going to be the only one that gets onto the point right now.
Really stealthy backcap from Paka here. The advantage of a ball, being able to get in and out on a map like Flashpoint is you always have someone to contest, to scout. Paka, he solo killed Shinigami while Vixen's winning the fight. Paka's winning the war here. The cap will go over to High Rollers, and now Weo is just alone defending against a single Wrecking Ball. Will fall pretty low. Paka will go down. The cap will go back over.
Yeah, and that'll be the point there for Vixen.
Yep, that will be the point going for Vixen. Now 2-1. Maybe the comeback? Maybe a little bit of a reverse sweep? We'll have to see as we go on to point 4.
Yeah, I mean, really nice stuff there from Vixen. They were able to take the early fight, and just kind of how the picks fell, they were able to stagger the team of High Rollers, and I don't think they ever really recovered from it. They were constantly just staggered, fighting 4v5s or 3v5s with Paka trying to cap that point, and then eventually did, but it was one of those things where against this Orisa comp, you're not really going to win in that situation with that Orisa survivability and the Alari just being such a powerful hero in this comp.
Absolutely, but now look at the position from High Rollers, able to get to the point early, able to set up early. The Torb set up, the Molten Core is down, the Lava is out. And Vixen gonna have a pretty hard time pushing into this one. Looks like the cleanup will come through from the High Roller squad, and Cap will go over to them.
Yeah, really nice stuff there. They were able to trap them in that room as DC pops that Molten Core and, you know, just deal that ticking constant damage and able to clean up in the end. Now, I mean, you do have a blade from W Drago and another Sun Shot already from Weo. Feels like they just popped that. But you do have 3 ults on the side of High Rollers still, having only expended the Molten Core on that last fight to take the point. So going to be a little bit of an uphill battle here for Vixen.
A little bit of a map flip coming out here from Vixen, and what they really need is they need Drago to get this blade online. Wild Wolf, the only thing standing between basically Genji and a team wipe, because Drago, he's solid with these blades. I mean, there's really no way around it, but The minefield coming out, destroying only a deployable. Not really able to get any space for the high rollers. Now Captain Sun coming out from Wheel will be big. Finds 2. Beat has to come out from Wild Wolf just to keep the team alive. Espion alone in the backline will get taken down, and the high rollers, their comp is just better at playing split, and it will net them the 3-1 victory, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 3-1 there on Flashpoint for high rollers in that last fight. I mean, you got to think after you see that beat go out, W Dragos just has to pop that blade, you know. Oh, it does look like, well, there. That would answer my question right there as to why W Drago didn't pop that blade. But it's just one of those instances where they tried to ult first and it just didn't work out. So very nice stuff though from Vixen. We saw them take 1 point and on the first 2 points go 99 to 100. So really toe to toe here against the high rollers as we'll be heading into push. If they're playing the Orisa comp, you know, I really expect to see a Coliseo here. I think that it lends itself more to that play style. But if you're high rollers, you're hoping for something like New Queen Street or Esperanza, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Coliseo from Vixen here, as we will have some subs. As Bogwandi gonna come in for DC, so a different DPS there on the side of high rollers. So yeah, I mean, there you go. You got to see how their ball comp plays. So what do you think there, CT?
I mean, I love it. I think the ball comp really lends itself to the fast-paced style of Flashpoint, and of course, being able to fight in split areas. Of course, the Alari able to keep the squishies alive. The Torb, really locking down areas, making sure that Vixen have a really hard time trying to capitalize on the split play of the high rollers. And then of course, Paka on the ball. He's a menace. He's lurking everywhere. And it's so much pressure. Even if he doesn't get any kills, still so much pressure taken away from the core of his team. And that's really all you need to do as a tank.
Absolutely, and we will be heading to Coliseo here, so my suspicions were correct. We'll see what Vixen's able to do here. You know, I really don't expect to see a different comp. I think they were pretty confident on that Orisa and how they were able to play it. It just comes down to those little things. You know, if you're able to do the little stuff, get the picks, use the ults correctly, in a matchup like this, you'll end up coming out on top. And we did see them come out on top for that as we are ready to head in to Coliseo.
Here's the map. Probably the second least popular map, being only by New Queens, because I've only seen it, I think, once played so far. Esperanza being by far the favorite, in my opinion, but I enjoy a little bit of Coliseo every now and then.
I am not gonna lie, I've been seeing a pretty even amount of Esperanza to Coliseo. I feel like Coliseo in this meta just works. I mean, you can say the same thing about Esperanza, of course, with the Junker Queen being very, very popular and Esperanza being a very good Junker Queen map. But Coliseo also offers a lot of fun stuff, so I never mind going to Coliseo, as we will see what the teams are going to pick here in just a short 5 seconds. Will we see the ball again, or will they change it up on the side of high rollers?
Random Rhyme pick, let's go. Nope. Espion changing up the strategy. Oh wow, words are not my friend today. Espion changing up the strategy a little bit with the Zarya pick. Zarya Reaper. That's terrifying. The bubbles, of course, Zarya's projected bubble being buffed recently. It makes the Reaper such an enormous threat, especially to any front line that high rollers may want to run. But Parker on the ball, he might be able to escape and still get a lot of value on that backline.
Yeah, I mean, here with the, I guess I was incorrect here. They are going to change up the composition. I mean, the Zarya on this map, however, is very, very good, as your bubble just gets so much charge due to this narrow hallway and the really just focused lanes. So they're hoping for a big slam there from Paka.
A lot of poke damage coming out. The support line of Scrublord and Wheel working overtime. Keep the team healthy. Wheel gonna fall dangerously low. Railgun from Richie will finish them off. And now the Lucio's not there. There's no speed. Big speed advantage not as important on push as I would say it is on Flashpoint, but still gonna net High Rollers enough of an advantage that they're able to walk over the rest of Vixen. Espeon being the last one alive, trying to get any ult charge they can. Still getting a respectable amount, but Paka already has his ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, that is really, really impactful here on push, as it's able to cover just so much space around the bot and give you a very nice just radius to work with, to know that you're safe within there. With the only ultimate even close is Scrublord on that Baptiste with that wall, but you also have just so much survivability. Ball, and that ult is going to be popped here.
Uh-oh, Scrublord gonna get punished out, or pushed out of position. W Dragon Wheel already falling. Shinigami soon after. This area control from High Rollers is so brutal for Vixen.
Yeah, it is just not good, as Britchie playing so far up, as they're going to be over halfway to the spawn point, as we will see Espeon change back over to the Orisa and W Drago switch back to the Genji.
Not so fast.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would like to see them try to do something to take more area control. I think the Orisa is a step in the right direction, being able to have just a very hard to kill tank to control an area, but I don't know. High Rollers look like they've done this one too many times. The overclock hit out for Shinigami, shut down immediately by Paka. Wait, I'm confused. Britchie
Yeah, no, yeah,
the overclock.
Britchie used the overclock there, and Paka will get taken out by Espeon. A little cheeky spear off the edge, but nonetheless, High Rollers will get the forward spawn. Very nice use of ults there, only having to use the overclock. As we will see a fairly large ult bank on the side of Vixen, however, so we'll see what they're able to do with this here as they round this corner. Here comes the overclock from Shinigami.
Captive Sun. Looks like it found only Shinigami. Actually, Shinigami and Wio, I believe, but neither of them took enough damage to really have that be a threat. A beat coming out from Wio will keep Vixen healthy and in the fight. Now it's just Paka trying to buy a little bit of time. Looks like he will do so successfully. Now, the rest of High Rollers should all get forward spawn. Paka, of course, on the ball, able to get out nice and clean. And now, a full 5-man recontest. That's just the strength of this ball, able to buy time, buy space. The rest of the team can control whatever area they need to. This is just being really beautifully played by the High Rollers.
Absolutely, they have that forward spawn and are able to actually keep it on their side and keep the pressure up, as Espeon going to be caught out a little bit here. Paka falling dangerously low, however.
Will get shut down by Shinigami. Britchie also getting a little bit low, but will be brought back up to full relatively quick. Vixen very much sensing the tank advantage and pushing it. Wheel picking up Britchie. Will fall to Bagwandi, but Drago trades out. This Olari pick, beautiful. Oh, Paka came in and said, I'll have one myself, thank you.
Taking one to go as this fight is still going on. Ult's being committed. Scrublord takes out Balgwandi, and you know they're still fighting to move this bot forward, as they will. Only 2 players on the bot, however, as they're waiting for some respawns. So High Rollers can take this fight fairly early and feel very confident. Espeon going down to half. We're gonna see them back up a little bit and try to wait for the rest of their team to come up, as Britchie just absolutely hammering the backline with their shots there. A missed Terra Surge, and Espeon will fall to Britchie. It's just gonna be cleanup at this point. Oh, Wolf Drago commits the blade.
The beat from Wild Wolf is there. Fortunately, won't find more than just Britchie, and High Rollers once again have taken the bot and will, I think, get pretty close to triggering their forward spawn again.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know if I agree that much with the blade from W Drago. You have to know when that fight is over, especially you need to know when Wild Wolf is going to have that beat drop. Early ult here
Just
from
on Eaton
again.
That's 3 for Espeon, the Molten Core. Destroying a turret won't buy the High Rollers too much space, and now overclock coming out from Britchie. I feel another misused ultimate. Now, kind of one for both sides. This fight's getting a little bit messy, but actually will turn into a 2v2. The mine's in the corner, pushing up Shinigami. Will be picked up by Paka, and High Rollers still somehow managing to find an advantage. Espeon now just trying to hold on for any amount of time. Hopefully Wheel can get right back out here.
And I have been noticing that Bogwandi's turret has been staying up a lot more than it did on Flashpoint. So definitely getting a lot more use out of that and just making Vixen play scared almost. Not so confident in their abilities as they're going to push and get forward spawn here. A huge advantage for High Rollers.
And we'll see, Scrublord and Wheel both have ultimates, so Vixen, they should be able to take the site pretty comfortably. Already starting to flip the bot back. Paka maybe looking for a boop off the edge. Wheel gets a little bit close, but Lucio doesn't really care too much about being knocked just barely over the edge. He can wall ride, he can speed back over to it. Now, cart being contested, the turret will be destroyed by Paka. Drago destroys Bogwandi's turret in return, and Shinigami actually goes down. Espeon 2, the beat from Wheel wasn't there in time to save the tank, and now Vixen in a really, really bad spot. The beat really need to be used earlier to save Espeon on the Orisa. Looks like maybe a little bit of a communication error.
Yeah,
Vixen, High Rollers, you're not letting it slide.
And now you have to think with Paka having that minefield, not having that beat is just detrimental as they turn this final corner.
Not only that, Necroblade has to be coming up. You have to think the Alari's coming up on another Captive Sun. She builds them so quickly, and Necroblade definitely proving it. Already at 99, will find the Captive Sun, will pop it off the rip. Espeon, oh, deflected by Drago.
Why? The kill!
Want to deflect. Drago showcase flexing a little bit of the Genji skill, deflects the Captive Sun right back into Necroblade's face. They've been having such a rough time with these ults. First the Orisa, and now WD Drago. Hitting with the Uno reverse and says, no, my Captive Sun now.
I have ever seen.
How powerful is Genji? You can just deflect the sun like that.
I guess so. But High Rollers still in control of the bot somehow. They are always able to just come back by the skin of their teeth as they are in the home stretch here, the final meters.
They did roll high, the luck stats. There's always enough of them alive to at least make the fight go pretty evenly. Now beat coming up from Wild Wolf. See how much they do with it. Paka putting a lot of pressure onto Scrublord. Now the blade coming in from Drago. Find one. Espeon finds one of their own. Deployables are all down. The backline's all down. Paka's down. Wild Wolf not much longer for this world as Vixen. Minute 20 remaining on the clock is doable. There will be some overtime shenanigans, but it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, I mean, doable is a interesting word there. I would say physically possible, yes. Doable, I'm
unlikely.
not sure. Yes, as you have nearly 100 meters to go still, so or actually over 100 meters to go. So they're definitely going to have to pull out some absolutely crazy stuff here as High Rollers are coming back full force.
Deployables and Espeon down again. This can't be happening if you're Vixie. You need the tank, you need the Orisa to stay on the point. 2 ultimates, 2 support ultimates available for Vixen. We'll see. Will they commit them? Looks like they will commit a Molten Core, Bridgey, and a Pylon going down, but the Captive Sun will find 3, I think, 3 or 4. Again, not enough damage coming out from the side of High Rollers to really pick up the cleanup. We're now bot stuck kind of in the middle. Vixen slowly inching towards the advantage, but every second wasted is a second gain for the High Rollers. They have all the time in the world, all the space in the world. And all they need is one good team fight and it's over.
Absolutely, and not really a whole bunch of ults on either side, so this is going to be a very interesting overtime here.
Richie finds kill onto Wheel. That's a rough start. Necroblade and Paka cleaning up the rest of Vixen. It looks pretty dire for the blue team as the Molten Core and Overclock will seal the deal, and that will be High Rollers taking the series 2-0.
It will. I mean, very dominant performance there by High Rollers. Their composition just so able to survive in the most unlikely of circumstances. So really great stuff there as Bridgey showing off the the Sojourn aim. Very good overclock here. It was, you know, I love seeing the ball come. I love it because you don't see it in your ranked games. You don't really see it in anything else. So getting to see it here played at such a high level by the High Rollers is just very, very entertaining for me. But Vixen sure did put up a fight, especially on Flashpoint. Very well played from them. But High Rollers will come out on top 2-0.
It was an excellent show from both teams. I mean, even from Vixen, even though they lost, they had some very, very solid plays. Of course, the Flashpoint map being an absolute, I was gonna say like slugfest. That's what it felt like. Just both teams slugging it out against each other.
Really
S5 ate like, what was it, 4 captive suns?
Yeah, something like that. And then the deflect from W Drago.
That was honestly one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my time casting. That was insane.
I 100% agree. I believe we do have to pick a player of the match, however.
An MVP. I mean, Britchie, as much as we talk about the DPS from Vixen, Britchie on this, especially the Sojourn, still solid. Overclock's always finding value. I mean, if it's going to be anybody, for me, I think this match is going to be Britchie.
You absolutely read my mind. I couldn't agree more with you. I think that Britchie was just really providing constant support, able to get the picks, and the ultimates, especially like you said on that Sojourn, just really came in huge there for High Rollers.
I believe we may be able to get Britchie in here.
We'll see.
For a little bit of a post-game interview. Always a little fun thing to do at the end of the match, just to check in with the team, see how they're feeling. Hopefully we can get them in.
Yeah. Where is... I don't even see their... Oh, never mind. Right there. I see.
There we go.
Britchie in there. I will go ahead and send him on the ladder. Britchie, congratulations. You have been selected as the MVP of the match. We were just talking about how impressive your Sojourn gameplay was, and especially your ult usage. So on push there, we just got to ask, it seems like you guys were just surviving at such improbable time. So how were you guys able to just kind of come back, stabilize, and then go back in so fast?
Yeah, well, first of all, we ball.
Of course.
Second of all, we were calming our rotations pretty well there, and shout out to Parker because he was doing an amazing job distracting them, allowing us to rotate safely. And yeah, like I said, we were working together as a team, so we were able to rotate around that Orisa and just running at us, so able to play safe there.
Definitely. And going back to the first map on Flashpoint, Vixen gave you a little bit of a run for your money, going 99 to 99 on the first 2 points and capping the third. So how were you guys able to kind of change your strategy and come back and win that in such a just a very strong fashion on that fourth point?
Yeah, so that we realized what our strategy would be, kind of what rolled into the push map, just kind of playing back and looking for Parker to get those nice slams and picks, which is exactly what happened on the very last fight on the map. Parker got a really good slam. I got a pick on the Genji with my ult, and then went to clean up there. So yeah, just working well because we ball.
Yeah, of course. Very nice stuff. Congratulations to you and your team. And of course, we wish you the best of luck as you continue on throughout the season. Congratulations, Britchie.
Thanks. We ball.
Very good stuff there, as you heard. Able to change things on the fly within the ball comp. Very impressive stuff there from High Rollers. A wonderful match there from Vixen and High Rollers. But that will do it from us from Overwatch Seasons. We will see you tomorrow for a triple header. Very interesting and fun stuff there. So we will see you next time.